What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're an old moldy hat like this one, welcome back. Today, getting over a big log, yeah, that thing. Today I'm out sluicing gold in a place that gave me a little 1/4 gram nugget about 1.5 years ago. And to help me on my adventures, I've got a brand new product here with me, the Green Mountain Gold Trap. Whoa! The Green Mountain Gold Trap is a fluid bed sluice. Now, if you're a long time follower of my channel, you'll know that I used to use the Croc fluid bed sluices before their business went under. But this is a new product out of the US that I'm pretty excited to have my hands on, because it makes river sluicing almost as fast as using a mini high banker. This area up here is where we found a little 1/4 gram piece of gold about 12 to 18 months ago. And we've done a ton of crevicing all through this rock, and we've found really decent color everywhere. But it wasn't until recently that I got thinking about the gravels that were on this side of the creek. Now, some time ago, Grizzly and I came up here to this spot and pulled out a couple of pans that yielded us some okay results. I just took a test pan out of this spot here this morning and I found some okay gold. Now, it's not the best, but that's not the point. What we're trying to do here is figure out how to use this sluice, right? So this is the gold that we got. Now, it is tiny. You might be able to see these dots up here. There's probably about 30 of them, give or take. And that particle size is sort of the lower limit of what Green Mountain Gold Trap's literature says it could catch. Around 200 mesh shouldn't be an issue. So given the gold that we've found in this area already, plus the size of the gold that my test pan revealed, and the only place I've got enough water to actually run this sluice today, I think it's a go. It's a weird looking sluice box, isn't it? It's not actually patented as a sluice box, it's patented as a classifier, which I find incredibly interesting, and I'm guessing there's some sort of legal reason for that. But make no mistake, this is an incredibly efficient and fast sluice box for one reason alone, and that is you do not need to classify with these sluices ever, unless you're dealing with clay. So you never have to actually classify unless it's clay. And that plate there, that's why it's so fast. That's your classifier inbuilt onto that sluice. Now, I think I've done enough talking for today. So what we're going to do is grab that bucket behind me, start filling up buckets and just throwing them down the sluice. I'm going to try and run as many buckets as I can for the time that I've got today. The way that I'm feeding this sluice in this video is incorrect, and I must warn everyone against doing this with their own fluid bed sluices. This is the first time I had used this sluice, and I had aimed to use a method of learning that I covered in a podcast, which is linked in the description, about failing your way to better gold. It's actually a very effective way of learning how to use a product, even though it seems a little bit counterintuitive. I have since changed my style of feeding this sluice, and I'm waiting for more water flow to get it to work properly. If you do it like I'm doing in this video, it's likely that you will end up losing gold from your sluice, and that's not what you want. So don't do as I do and wait for the review video in winter. Grizzly, that was about one 10-litre bucket in 3 minutes. I'm not sure I've got the sluice dialed in 110% just yet. Time will tell. In the future I'm going to run loss testers. We'll get to that. For today, fiddling. Hey Grizzly, if you're on Gold Rush, buddy, and you had a wash plant, what would your wash plant's name be? Grizz, we've run 2 buckets, buddy. 2 buckets through there. Now I want to test something that this product has that the Crocs never had, and I think it's a really, really cool feature. And that's a removable trap where you can remove your pay dirt without having to move your sluice. That works perfectly. Cool. Well, this is the internal unit with all our pay dirt from our 2 buckets in it. You can see the tubes. This is what injects high pressure water into the bottom to keep everything agitated. And what I love is that you can actually see all of your pay dirt. Look at that. Well, I am impressed. I'm impressed with the size of the gold it caught. I don't know how well you're going to be able to make those specks out, but there's probably about 100 pieces of ultrafine micro gold up the top. Now, just because the sluice catches gold doesn't necessarily mean it's not losing gold. We haven't run the loss test. We don't know yet how much gold it has caught versus how much it's lost. Ideally, 5%. 5% is where you want to be. 5% or less of your overall gold take. And that means that if I was getting 20 specks per pan, I'd only want to lose 1 speck per pan. And a bucket holds 3 pans, so I'd really only want to lose 3 specks per bucket at a maximum kind of rate. Time will tell. Today's not about that test. Let's just keep running buckets, see what kind of gold we can pull out of this gravel up here. Grizzly and I are up to 8 buckets in just 22 minutes. That's super fast. And I've got some visible gold sitting in the riffles. So without a shadow of doubt, we know that there's definitely gold in this dirt. I'm going to do a quick clean out. I want to see what kind of gold we're actually capturing. I got a feeling we're actually blowing a little bit away. I'm not 100% sure at this point whether it's user error, which it could be, or if it's the sluice design. And as I stated earlier, it was definitely user error. I see you. Rightio. Well, we've got gold, but it's not what I'd expect. This is what we recovered for our 8 buckets. Now, we did get that really nice bit just there, and we did capture some flour, but it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting a bit more from 8 bucks. Killer dog. 6 more buckets and quite a meager result. Now that spot that I found a little while ago had okay gold, but it's only flood gold from that major flood we had about 14 or so months ago. So I'm going to have a bit of a noodle around. I'm going to see if I can't find a spot that's going to yield a little bit more gold, because man, actually it's not really that much work, but it's a lot of buckets moved for not that much gold, and I want to get something a little bit better than that. This is the gold I got from the test pan, which is a little bit better than the 2 specks that I had from the one on the upper bench. I've got at least 10 decent specks and a heap of micro, which is sort of just barely sluiceable. It's a sort of spec count you would do if you had nowhere else to go, which is my situation right now. Gold! I love seeing that, the gold go down. What you're seeing here is the fluid bed in action, and this is not how it should be working. It should be agitating all of that material in quite a vigorous way, similar to panning, and this is to do with me overfeeding the sluice and why it's all bogged down like that. So in the interest of comparative fairness, I ran 8 buckets from the new spot just to see what kind of gold we get, and by the looks of the riffles in the front, we're doing a little better. I really gingerly just put this on its side to try and show you some of the gold hiding in that box. Check that out just there, a little pocket of gold. And there was more too, but it's all shifted a little bit since I emptied it. Very cool design. That clear perspex definitely gives you an idea of what's going on in the actual device itself. Look at the ironstone at the front. I don't think I've got this running properly because I really want to see that sort of ironstone right down the bottom here. Now, when I got sent the best damn pan, he also sent me these, which are floating magnets. And I haven't watched how to use these properly, but I'm assuming they float because you're meant to put these in your pan and then swirl. Is that what you're meant to do? I'm gonna have to watch the literature. Let's just see if this crazy weird experiment actually works. Oh, yeah, okay. That's the gold that we got for our 8 bucket run. Still not much, but way more than we got the first time from our first spot. It's really strange how even after you get this off the magnet, the iron stays magnetic. I want to know why that is. Why does the iron stay magnetic after it's been magnetized? Someone let me know in the comments. Had just about enough of sluicing today. It's been a lot of hard work. So we're going to move on to this, a 3D printed prototype pan. This pan comes from a man called Alan Dampier. Now he has sent me a prototype. This is just made for the 3D printer, pretty impressive stuff. So it's not the actual final finished product. And I don't want to give him a review on it until he gets me, you know, the finished one, when he's made all the improvements and everything else that he's been working on. So for now, I'm just going to use it and show you what it's about. It's very similar to the gold claw pans, and I've been mucking around with the pocket pan version of this at home with some of my concentrates. It's been a lot of fun. I feel that this pan is going to fit right into that niche of beginners wanting to get out there and giving it a shot without having to learn panning straight off the bat, and for people who might have some limitations in terms of their physical abilities. Now, there's several ways you can use this pan. I'm not going to cover all of them today. I will get to it again in a future video. I just want to show you it in action so you get a bit of a feel for it. Now, like most of these new age production pans, the overall capacity is considerably less than the normal kind of pans, but it's meant to make up for that in speed. So it works exactly the same as sort of all regular pans. Stratify your material. I'm just going to scrape some of these big rocks out. You can use it with or without this plastic dam. At home in the pocket pan I was using it without, but I want to try it with first. And then he says you just push it forward and shake side to side. Take that pan, the dam out. Oh, see, I like that much better. It might be kind of hard to see. He's very, very little. But we got one speck. Which sounds about right because, again, reduced capacity. We're working probably 1/4 to maybe even 1/8 of the dirt I could work in a regular Minelab pan. And working with the dam was a little bit slower than working without it. So I'd like to do another one, but this time fully without the dam, and just see what sort of speed we could get. That's probably over full. So I'm like far from an expert when it comes to these pans and the actual pan down, but they're the bits we got up the top. That's pretty cool. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time I've got for the creek right now, so I'm going to get everything packed up, take you home, throw the gold on the scales, and see if it's even weighable, and give you some first impressions on both the sluice and the pan. It's been several months since I filmed that video, and I'm happy to announce that Alan from Placid Tools has actually finished making his final version of the best damn pan. The 3D printed version that I used in this film is nothing like this one. There has been many improvements made to both the design and the functionality, as well as the overall durability of this pan. And in a future video, I'm going to be giving away not only one of the best damn pans, but a black sand probe and a floating magnet. This is all thanks to Placid Tools and Alan Dampier. Thank you very much for the opportunity to give my subscribers one of these products. So sit tight for the full review video of that pan. But that's not what this video has been about. It's been about using the Green Mountain gold traps. Let me show you the gold we got for the day, and then I want to give you some of my first impressions. This is the gold that we got using the Green Mountain gold trap sluice right next to a Clash Guitars pick. Now normally I would weigh this gold for you, however my scales are currently broken, which you can actually watch in my last video linked above. And to be honest, that's not a lot of gold, so I'm not even really sure if we got about a 0.1. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter about the gold take for this particular session. We weren't working a massive deposit, we were just working the only place I had enough water flow to set that sluice box up in. In the very near future, once the rains start coming in quite regularly over winter here in Australia, I'll be taking this sluice box back out so I can test it properly. And I've also talked with the creator of Green Mountain Gold Traps to understand where I went wrong in my operation of this unit. Fundamentally, I was feeding it way too fast, overloading the box, and that didn't allow for proper agitation of the material to allow the gold to sink to the bottom. In all likelihood, I was blowing out a large percentage of any gold that went through that sluice. But this is why I do the hard yards for you guys, so I can make the mistakes, share them with you, and you can learn from them. So I wanted to say thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed the first look at these two new products, and I'm looking forward to bringing you both full review videos of both sets of equipment, as well as using them out in the field on a regular basis in my films. And don't forget, once I upload the Best Damn Pans review video, you're going to have an opportunity to win a full Best Damn Pans Placid Tool combination kit shipped right to your door. If you like this video, chances are you'll like a lot of the other videos on my channel. Subscribing is completely free and will give you access to all of this content, as well as my social media feeds including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and my websites. They're all linked down in the description below, so check out those links and you might just find some other content out there to keep you entertained while you're on lockdown. So until next time guys, please like that smash button, give this video a share, scratch your dog behind the ear from me, don't touch any people, peace! And I'm out.
Oh. Where you go?
Bye boy.
I was distracted. It wasn't fair, I was distracted.